was born in October 2019 in Hackensack, New Jersey.
Yes.
Right. And by the way, this is my father.
Hello.
And then when I was only 7 months old, we moved to Austin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Leander because they might not know.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a less well-known suburb.
All right. So that's where I've lived ever since. I'm 6 years old. And
Who are we recording this video for? Who are we playing this to?
We had this piano in my house, and so eventually I started playing the piano.
Yeah, we had a really nice antique crystalline piano for a long time.
Yeah. And then we replaced it with, and that one had ivory keys. Then we replaced it with a plasticky Yamaha black piano.
Mm-hmm.
Our first one was a Chrisman ivory key brown piano, and that's our first piano. And then we got rid of that one, and then
Overall, the new one's better, but sometimes I miss the old one. It was kind of interesting sound.
and we replaced that old brown one with a new plastic key black Yamaha.
It's a Yamaha U3. It's not exactly new, but it's new to us, and it's a good
Yamaha U3.
Yeah.
It's about as old as my dad.
Yeah.
I've written some stuff on the piano lately. I like some things like Tim Minchin's Pope song.
Yeah, that's not really a good song for a 6-year-old normally. You can
Yeah.
hear it. But.
Yeah, and I like his song F sharp.
F sharp is a little more appropriate. Yeah.
And I like Dire Straits' Sultans of Swing.
That's a good song by Mark Knopfler.
It's by Dire Straits. That's the band that Mark Knopfler's in.
Yeah.
I like Eric Clapton's Layla.
Oh, I know you like that song.
I do.
I didn't know you knew that song.
I did.
How do you know that one?
I don't know.
Do you like the original version with Derek and the Dominoes, or the kind of acoustic, stripped-down version he did later?
I like Derek and the Dominoes.
Okay.
All right, and then I like almost anything by the Beatles. I like almost anything by Bob Dylan. I like almost anything by Tim Minchin. And I like anything by my dad. I like almost anything by my dad.
Thank you. What august company you put me in. You like Billy Joel a lot.
Yeah, I like almost anything by Billy Joel.
Paul Simon.
I like almost anything by Paul Simon or Simon and Garfunkel. I like some Eric Clapton and some blah blah blah. So
What about like the more bluesy stuff, or what about the early rock and roll stuff?
I like rock and roll like Chuck Berry. I think I've heard every single Chuck Berry song.
Yeah, and he was the one you really got into first of all these people. Maybe the Beatles and Chuck Berry.
The Beatles, the main three artists that I usually listen to, that are my top 3 artists, are Chuck Berry, the Beatles, and Bob Dylan. And they're all rock and roll artists.
Yeah. There's Little Richard too, and Buddy Holly.
Yeah,
Controversy like
Little
that.
Richard, Buddy Holly, Little Walter. All of those are blues musicians.
I would say that Little Richard and Buddy Holly are rock and roll, but Little Walter is definitely blues.
I think Little Richard and Little Walter. I think Little Richard and Little Walter have. I think Little Richard and Little Walter have a lot of blues songs, and I think Buddy Holly might be more of a rock and roll.
Well, I mean, like Little Richard's mostly rock and roll. The Little Walter's definitely blues.
Little Richard, I think of as blues.
Okay, they're often blues progressions, but that's true of Chuck Berry too, who you think of as rock.
I think of Chuck Berry as block.
Block, like it's between blues and rock.
Yeah, block.
Block music.
And yeah, block music, and Little Richard is like that too, block.
Okay, I think.
Okay, Carol is a block song. A block song is a song that follows the blues progression but has a rock feel.
Yeah, I would say Carol is like that. Most of the Chuck Berry and Little Richard songs are like that.
The Beatles are not like that. They're plain rock.
Yeah, I guess, because they usually don't use a blues progression, at least not all the way through a song. They might use it for a part of a song, but usually not all the way through.
Like A Day in the Life is amazing. A Day in the Life has no blues progression at all.
That's true.
I like anything in their late career, like Sgt. Pepper On.
Really? I like a lot of the stuff before Sgt. Pepper even more, but I like Abbey Road a lot, though.
I like
Sgt. Pepper's good too.
I like everything that I like. I don't tend to like the Beatles in their early career, but I tend to like Sgt. Pepper On more than before Sgt. Pepper.
Well, like what about Rubber Soul and Revolver? Like what are some of your favorite
Rubber
Beatles songs?
Soul and Revolver. There are some songs on those that I like, and there are some songs on all of the Beatles albums that I like.
And Michelle is such a nice song on it.
Yeah, because I like on Rubber Soul. So my favorite song on Please Me is Love Me Do.
Really?
Yeah, my favorite song on. I don't really like very many songs on with the Beatles, so it's hard to pick my favorite song. I think
I
my
like the Beatles a lot.
my favorite song on with the Beatles is Not a Second Time.
Oh, that's a good song. I like I like Little Child. I used to play that for you when you were a baby. I really like the version of Till They're With You, but they didn't write that.
Yeah, that's a cover.
There's also Money, but they didn't write that one too.
The cover of Money and Till There Is You are also good. My favorite song on A Hard Day's Night is A Hard Day's Night.
What about
My favorite
What
song.
about And I Love Her? Is that on A Hard Day's Night? Where's that? Boom, 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 boom. That one.
Yeah,
I
that.
like that song a lot.
And then A Hard Day's Night. What's after A Hard Day's Night? Beatles for Sale.
Mm-hmm.
Beatles for Sale. My favorite song on Beatles for Sale, I have to say, it's Every Little Thing.
Oh, that's a good song. I like No Reply a lot.
Okay, what's after that? Help. My favorite song on.
Are there any block songs on Beatles for Sale?
I don't know. Well, rock and roll music. I think, yeah, rock and roll music might be a block song. Their cover of rock and roll music.
Yeah, it's not exactly a 12-bar progression, but it's pretty close. Also, they do that Larry Williams song, Slow Down, on that, right?
No, Slow Down is not on any album. It's just a single.
Oh, what's it?
Yeah, it's on Past Masters.
Okay.
It might have been an outtake from that, but still. All right, so that's that. And then we have Help. My favorite song on Help is Yesterday. It's got to be Yesterday.
It's a great song. I also like Hide Your Love Away.
Yeah, but I don't like. Yeah, that one's a good one too, but I don't like it as much as Yesterday. My favorite song on Rubber Soul is Michelle.
Michelle's really good.
My favorite song on Revolver is Here, There, and Everywhere.
That's probably my favorite song on Revolver too.
My
I
favorite
also
song.
like Got to Get You Into My Life a lot on Revolver.
Yeah, those are both good songs. And so after their album Revolver is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Not much on that, even though I said, yeah. I think my favorite song on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is gotta be A Day in the Life.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite song.
It's a really cool song.
Yeah.
It has a cool chord progression and a cool thing, and it's pretty easy to play.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's A Day in the Life. And then A Day in the Life after Sgt. Pepper's was their album Magical Mystery Tour. My favorite song on Magical Mystery Tour is I Am the Walrus.
Well, are you counting like Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields is on that album? Because
I
originally...
think, yeah, because Strawberry Fields is also a really good song.
Yeah, because originally Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane came out as a single. And then Magical Mystery Tour came out as an EP with not that many songs on it. But then when they made them CDs, or at some point they added Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane to Magical Mystery Tour. And if you count those songs, then I don't know. I think maybe one of those is probably my favorite.
It might be I think it's I'm the Walrus, but Strawberry Fields Forever is good too.
You're
All
picking
right.
a Lennon song for those albums. You tend to pick McCartney songs, I've noticed, is your favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, but because I guess I like Paul McCartney a lot. But all right, so
I like both of them. I've gone through periods of having different favorite Beatles. When I was a very little kid, you know who my favorite Beatle was?
who?
Ringo, because he was the only one who played a different instrument than the others. I thought they all play guitar and Ringo plays drums. And when one person was different, I tended to like the different person. But then as I got to know the music more, I realized that John and Paul and George wrote the songs and so forth. I started to like John best. But it always, when I was a little kid, when I was about your age, it was a little bit of a conflict for me because you know what my favorite Beatles song was when I was really young?
What?
Penny Lane. I knew that was a Paul song. But I thought in general I liked John more. And then gradually I got to like Paul more. And if I had to pick a favorite now, it's probably Paul, but it's very close between Paul and John.
All right.
The only one that's never been my favorite, I guess, is George. Although he's very good too.
All right. So, considering after Magical Mystery Tour was the White Album, and the White Album has loads of good songs on it.
I guess it's my least favorite as an album though, because there's a lot of things I don't like on it too, like Revolution 9.
I don't
and like Savory Truffle, and I don't really like Honey Pie or Wild Honey Pie that much.
The
Particularly I hate Wild Honey
only
Pie.
two songs I can say that I don't particularly like on the White Album are Revolution 9 and Wild Honey Pie.
What about...
And then Why Don't We Do It in the Road is also kind of boring.
It's kind of boring, but I think it's kind of funny, so I kind of do like that one. But I also don't like Piggies. I find Piggies annoying.
The Savoy Truffle and Piggies are ordinary songs. I like those ones.
Okay.
But none of my favorites. I'd say my favorite is Obla Di Obla Da.
That's a fun song. Paul did that when we saw him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only one of the ones that was your favorite that he did in that concert? I can't remember.
I don't know. I liked Coming Up in that concert.
That's true, but of the ones you named to the Beatles as Beatles ones.
All right. So after the White Album, we have Yellow Submarine. My favorite song on Yellow Submarine is Yellow Submarine.
Really? Well, that's already on Revolver, though. It's just released again on Yellow Submarine. So does that count? I guess it counts.
Counts.
My favorite song on Yellow Submarine is Hey Bulldog.
Hey Bulldog is good too, but I don't really like that one.
Okay.
It's not very good. It's just it's considering that Yellow Submarine is on Revolver, but I do like Here, There, and Everywhere more than Yellow Submarine.
Yeah.
So that's why that was my pick for Revolver, not Yellow Submarine. And so after Yellow Submarine,
Mm-hmm.
we have what? After Yellow Submarine, we have Let It Be. Let It Be.
Mm-hmm.
Let It Be was released in 1970, but actually recorded in 1969.
Mm.
So, my favorite song on Let It Be is Let It Be.
Okay.
And then,
Mine might be The Long and Winding Road.
yeah, they're both very good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Abbey Road, my favorite song on Abbey Road is Octopus's Garden. But I like Octopus's Garden a lot, and I like Something a lot. So maybe Something is my second favorite.
Something's my favorite from that album. It's interesting that your two favorites from that album are not Lennon McCartney songs, because Something is by George Harrison and Octopus's Garden is by Ringo.
Yeah.
Although George helped him with it.
Considering that George helped him with that.
Yeah. There's also, you know that right now it turns out the most popular Beatles song in terms of how many people download it on the internet to listen to is Here Comes the Sun.
That one's a good one. I love that one.
You're playing it on piano before. So we got through all the Beatles albums.
All right. What artist do you want to do next?
Do you have to go through all their albums, or could just we say what their favorite songs are without going album by album? What are your favorite Chuck Berry songs?
We have to go album by album,
But they came out mostly as singles, so it's hard to really do it album by album.
I like Maybelline a lot. I like Wee Wee. I basically like every song on the Gold Chuck Berry album, which is just all of his singles. Maybelline, Wee Wee Hours, 30 Days, You Can't Catch Me, Downbound Train, No Way Down, etc.
I like Carol a lot.
Yeah. I think all of his songs are on Gold Chuck Berry.
I can't think they would all be there, but probably all the ones that were hits. Maybe.
Yeah, well, yeah, because actually the chess box is what as Run Rudolph Run. Although it's a Christmas themed song, I like that one.
Yeah, I usually play that one around Christmas time.
Yeah, I like Run Rudolph Run.
Mm-hmm. What about Paul Simon?
Paul Simon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I want to tell you my favorite Paul McCartney song.
Okay.
My favorite Paul McCartney song is Home to Us.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
With Ringo singing the duet on it?
Yeah.
That new album, Boys of Diagon Lane.
Dungeon
Lane.
Yeah.
Is just, it's not, the album hasn't all the way come out yet, but there are two songs that are out already.
Yeah, there might be a third one out now.
Well, good luck. Home to Us, and what was the other one?
Days We Left
Days
Behind.
We Left Behind. Do you know where that street is? Where that lane is?
Dungeon Lane?
Yeah.
Where?
It's in Liverpool. So when we're in Liverpool later in the next month, maybe we should find that street.
Yeah. And also that album will all be out
Yes.
by then.
I think it's actually coming out the day that we fly to England, so we could maybe
It
download it and listen to it on the
because-
plane.
Yeah, it's coming out at midnight, and so it's gonna be about a day old when we can listen to the whole thing.
I wonder if some of the music YouTubers who talk about the Beatles a lot that we like are going to talk about that album or those songs. Like, I wonder if Rick Beato or David Bennett or any of those people will make a video about the album.
I don't know. How long has it been since he made the last video that we listened to?
I don't know. They release music videos all the time, I think. I haven't been paying attention to when the videos are from.
Yeah. My guess is that all three of these channels, Rick Beato, David Bennett, and Piano with Nate, are all none of those channels
Mhm.
have have put out all the videos that are gonna be put out by those channels.
Yeah, I think they're both ongoing channels. They're still making more videos.
Each of them are
Mhm.
ongoing channels.
So those are YouTube channels you like.
But I don't assume that that David Bennett's gonna keep making videos like that until he dies. I don't think Nate is gonna keep making videos of piano with Nate before he dies. I think Rick Beato is gonna stop at some point before he dies. I think they're gonna quit before they die.
Maybe. Some people go on their whole lives doing their work. I never want to retire from my work. I want to keep teaching and writing and so forth until I die. But some people like to retire. And sometimes people will stop. They'll slow down. They'll do less of it, but they'll still do their work. But they'll just do less of it in those years. Also, people don't know when they're going to die. I think it's cool that people like Paul McCartney and Bob Dylan are in their 80s and they're still going around doing tours and making new albums and doing music. They want to keep doing what they love to do.
And it's safer now than it would have been if Bob Dylan went on a tour just right after he made his first album.
Yeah, because travel is safer now than it used to be, yeah. I mean, he did go on a tour back then, but yeah. But let's see, what of live concerts you've seen? Why don't we talk about live concerts you've seen and which ones you've liked? What was your first live concert that you went to? Can you remember?
I don't know. Maybe it was Ringo Starr. I think I've done some. I think I've gone to some before him, but it might have been him.
Well, when we saw Roger McGuinn was before Ringo Starr.
Yeah, Roger McGuinn might have been the first one.
I think that was the first proper concert of someone kind of famous. What did you think of that concert?
Yeah, the four that I really liked are Roger McGuinn,
Mm-hmm.
Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and Sting.
Yeah, those were good concerts. I also liked, what other ones? I really liked when we saw John Sebastian with Jimmy Vivino.
Yeah, that one's a good one too. But it's not in my top four.
Mm-hmm. And Chris Isaac, he gave you a guitar pick. That
Yeah, that one's the sixth one, but it's not in my top four.
Fair enough.
It's the last one on my top six.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst one on the top six.
Mm-hmm. Should I keep this video going?